Okay, in today's video, what we've got is an iPhone 8. Um, it's most definitely seeing better days. What it needs is, well, apart from a screen, obviously, as you can tell, its housing's also bent, and the back glass, well, there is no back glass. So what we're going to do is, yeah, yeah, that definitely needs a new one. So what we'll do, we'll have a look at the state of the other housing I've got. I know the other housing, all it needs is a back glass, but first need to remove the glue from that. But we'll get the board swapped out into So I'm going to start in the corner with the rear-facing camera. It's two screws that are holding the shield onto that. So one crosshead screw and one standoff. Once they're removed, you should just be able to lift the metal shield from the back of the camera. And once that's removed, should be able to get something in there just to wiggle it out gently. Obviously don't want to cause damage to the rear camera. But what we'll do, we'll put that into the new housing and we'll put the shield on that and then move on to the next one. Okay, the next thing that we're going to be taking off is going to be the charger port and speaker and everything around that area. So we're just going to start with the speaker, get everything disconnected from the charger port, and then swap the charger port over, and then reassemble. So there are 3 screws holding this little shield in. There's the 2 screws that go into the actual other side of the charger port themselves. And you've also got they're crossheads by the way, and you've got one little tri-wing that goes on top. Once you've taken that shield off, gonna disconnect the speaker and remove that, as well as the antenna I think is also attached to that. Next thing we're going to remove is the 2 screws holding the charger port in. In total, on the actual port itself, there are 6 screws. 2 at the top, which when you remove that shield, that's 2 of them gone. The 2 below it, and then below that, right at the bottom of the case, there are 2 very small crosshead screws as well. But before that, what we're going to do is just get the Taptic engine out. That's a standoff and crosshead screw, and the little shield for the microphone at the bottom, that should have 2 screws in it, crosshead, but it doesn't. Oh, and the majority of these screws are different sizes, so what you want to do is, if you do what I do and just sort of put them to one side as you take them out, the way you took them out, just so the orientation, so you know which way they go back in, just makes it a little bit easier. And then we're going to peel the charger port from the housing. Be ever so careful when you do this, as if you tear it the wrong way, or if you too aggressive with it, then it can tear. I tend to use a little bit of alcohol if I can, just to sort of free the glue up a little bit. And now that's all out, what we're going to do is grab our new housing and reassemble the charger port. Don't need to swap over the volume buttons and the power button and the flash, because that's already in this one, as well as the wireless charging, so that's always a bonus. So we're going to start by putting the charger port back in. What I'm doing at the moment is I'm just swapping, there's a little antenna connector that connects to either the Taptic engine or the speaker. I can't remember which one. Speaker. No. Yeah, speaker. And once you've got that out, it's a very fiddly thing to put back on the new one, but once you get it on there, you can reassemble the rest. Okay, now everything's back in where it should be, the charger port, the camera, everything else. I'm just going to get the board lined up, get all the connectors so sitting on top of the board rather than underneath, get everything plugged back in, screw it back down, swap the battery over, and then give the outer housing good clean down, get all that old glue off, and then that should be ready for its new back glass. I haven't actually got one of those yet, so I've got one on order. Okay, so to remove the battery, there are two adhesive tabs. If what I tend to do is I tend to get a pair of tweezers, roll it round, and then I like to gently pry it from the board. If you're not careful, or if you pull and it doesn't want to give, then you can snap these tabs, and it can make the job a lot more of a daunting task than it has to be. But when it goes right, it goes right. So get these tabs off. I've got a fresh set of adhesive tabs for the battery, and we'll put that new battery in there. Okay, I've got some Tessa adhesive remover here. It's pretty good stuff. Smells kind of nice as well. But yeah, it doesn't half eat up this adhesive and glue, and it makes for a nice easy scrape off of glue. There's still a little bit glass on this housing, as you can see, so we're just going to get rid of that as well. Just remember when doing this that you're ever so careful as to not run your tool into sort of like the charger port or anything that isn't the metal casing, really. That said, also, if you're not careful with the outer housing, you can start sort of peeling layers off of it, so just be careful when removing the glue. Okay, and like I said, I kind of need to wait until I get the back glass for this before fitting it. Well, I'm just going to glue it down with some T7000. It'll be strong enough to hold it down, and if needed in future, I'll make it easy enough to lift back up. But that's everything for today. Please like and subscribe for more. Thank you very much, and have a great day.